All right. Good evening. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight or this morning or this afternoon. Thank you for being here, for tuning in, and for doing the MIR method with me. We're going to have a look at a very special kind of subject tonight. It's called betrayal, and it's very important that I talk to you about this and that we heal this in ourselves. So it's like a self-development webinar once again. And the more you understand how it works, the better you can let go of it. And then to let go of it, we use the MIR method. So it's going to be a good webinar again. I mean, good, helpful. All right. I'm going to start the presentation so you can have a look at it. Welcome if you're new here. Thank you for being here and to give it a go. And if you have done this before, then welcome back. Thank you for doing the MIR method with me again. And also a special welcome to the MIR method coaches. You're very welcome. I'm very glad you were with me. And I'm very happy for the work that you do. So thank you for joining me here. To have a good immune system, I always say you have 4 things to take into account, which is relaxation. You need to relax, to take it slowly once in a while. People work so hard, but they really need to relax to have a good immune system. People need to detox as well. So clean yourself inside and out. Find out how to detox, but you can also use the MIR method, step 2. And also drink healthy food and water, please. And if you do drink lots of water, please also add some sea salt. I explained things about this in the webinar of Dr. Batman Galich. So you can look back at that. The webinar is called about water, and another one is about salt. So you can look them up. And last one, of course, be cheerful. Find your favorite comedian and look at them, and or play with your grandchild or your pet and see if you can find the happiness in your heart again, because it's very important for your immune system to have a cheerful heart. About betrayal, I'm focusing on the work of Lise Bourbeau. She is a lady who lives in Canada, and she is a manager, and she was a manager. She had spoken to over 20,000 people, and she started to notice that there are several emotional wounds in these people. Here is her book. I'm going to show this larger. I have talked about this book before. It's nice, thin, so you can easily read it. And the book is called Heal Your Wounds and Find Your True Self. So if you read one book in your life, please let it be this one. Heal Your Wounds and Find Your True Self. It's an amazingly good book. It is about 5 kinds of wounds: emotional wounds, rejection, abandonment, humiliation, injustice, and betrayal. And I'm going to talk about the emotional wound of betrayal tonight, because I find it so interesting, and I really want you to see the bigger picture. Lise Bourbeau, when she talks about betrayal, she means actually broken promises and disappointment. And this has to do with your childhood. When you are young, your father or mother is the best, most wonderful person in the whole world, until one moment when they break a promise or when they disappoint you. Fathers and mothers always do that. That's supposed to happen. But it's very hard. It's a very not nice moment in a child's life, but every child will encounter this. And the worst thing is when you have a very, very, very strong bond with father or mother as a child, when then the betrayal happens, is when it hits you the most, the hardest. And that is a pain, an emotional wound that it's quite tough to recover from. This has to do with, Lise describes, it always has to do with son who is adoring his mother, so-called the Oedipus complex by Freud, or the daughter who looks up to her father, which is called the Electra Complex by Carl Jung. And so the more you are bound to your mother as a son, as a boy, when you're really, really, really close with your mother, and then something like betrayal happens, there's this enormous, enormous, deep impact on you as a child when a promise is broken, or when you feel so disappointed in your mother. That's when a boy lets go of his mother, which is a good thing, because a man needs to let go of his mother so that he can grow up. When you're a daughter, and the same goes for daughter and father. Now, the stronger this bond, this connection with father or mother was, the harder this emotional wound, the deeper it will be. The consequence of this is that people start to become controllers. So when people have a wound which is really, really deep, they will never, never, ever want to have this happen again. So they start to control everything, control their agendas, control other people, control their lives. Everything's structured, everything's really well organized. They do everything themselves. They say, lean on me, I can do more. So this is their way of coping with this very deep wound of betrayal. They start to control everything. And that seems like a good thing, but in fact they are very unhappy. And all they need to do is to heal that wound, is to start seeing that they are so controlling, and therefore they are hurting people, and they are hurting themselves. But it is a protection mechanism, so you cannot really blame yourself. But once you see how it works, that's when you can start to look at the controlling type you are and start to let go of that. Start to see that it's a coping mechanism and it's not really you. And then you have to start to be really nice to yourself and understand that that's the way you have been able to survive in this world, and that it's no longer useful. And that's when the controlling part starts to fade. Okay. In the book of Lise, she shows body types, and she has seen that people who have the wound of betrayal, the females, they have this pear-shaped body. So it's a thinner upper part and a more full lower part. So they have a pear-shaped body. And the men, they usually have broad shoulders, and the shoulders are broader than the hips. And that's when people actually say, like, I'm the controller, you lean on me, I can do everything, and that's what they radiate. Now, what happens after betrayal? So when you have encountered betrayal, for example, you find out that your husband or your wife has been cheating on you, that's like one of the worst blows you can have in your life. Then what happens after that? How do you cope with that? I have talked about Elizabeth Kubler-Ross before. She is an authority on mourning, when people lose people. There are 5 stages of mourning. She has identified them. The first one is denial. So at first people start to say, like, this is not true. This can't be happening. This is not true. Absolutely not. So they deny it just to save themselves, to overcome it. The second stage is rage, anger. People will become really angry. The third one is bargaining and saying things like, oh, what if I, oh, please God, people start to pray to God, like, oh, if only I will do everything I can, but please let this not be true, and please can I take the place of somebody else, or... So that's bargaining. The fourth one is depression. People start to feel really, really like life isn't worth anymore, it's useless. And then the fifth stage is acceptance. Then they start to accept the fact that it's really true, that it has happened, and they start to begin their life again. They can pick it up again. Now, why is this so important? Why is this so important? Why am I telling you about betrayal and about all these stages of mourning? That's because worldwide there's going to be information, there's already information coming out about things that have been hidden for us, like inventions that can help people cure from illnesses. And these inventions have been hidden so that companies that produce medication can have nice profits. Also, prices in supermarkets are artificially high. When you compare it to what farmers produce and what they get paid for it, it's absolutely not comparable. So we are going to find out lots of things that are not all right in our society, and people will be hurt. People will feel betrayed. People will feel like some things have been hidden for them for so many years and it's going to come out. Then what's going to happen is that people are going to deny it at first. It's not true. It's absolutely not true. Then they will start to get angry. Now, when lots of people start to get angry, it's not a good thing. So what I would like you to learn is the first aid of the MIR method. And I'm going to tell you how it works. And could you please take note of this? That's so strange. I wrote something else down. All right, I'm going to talk to you about it. Could you please write down, to be able to do the first aid, you need to have done the MIR method for at least 4 weeks. That means that when you have done it so many times, your subconscious knows when you only say MIR method, then your subconscious knows, it's those 9 steps. So that's why you need to do it for 4 weeks at least, before you can do the first aid. The other thing is that all you need to do during the first aid is say the word MIR method. Only you have to repeat it many times. MIR method, MIR method, MIR method, MIR method. So that you give your body loads and loads of commands for self-healing, which is very necessary when people are in panic or enraged. Then the third one is when your body is in panic, when your subconscious is in panicking, you cannot reach it by touching it lovingly. So when you start to touch it slowly, it doesn't work. It doesn't help you to reach the subconscious. What does help is to caress really quickly. So you caress really quickly in a nervous way almost. So that's when you start to give lots and lots of signals to your subconscious. Hey, pay attention, I'm doing the MIR method. Pay attention. So you start to stroke really fast, up and down. And that's when you start saying the word MIR method at the same time. So it goes like this: MIR method, 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 MIR method. You will trip your tongue. So you also can say it inside your head. And then it looks like this. So I'm saying the word MIR method in my head all the time. That's also possible. I have, there is a video on the English website. It's called Additional Techniques of the MIR method. There I explain everything about the first aid, how it can help you with, let me see the list, with wounds. The list. Wounds like cuts and burns, or a sprained ankle, or a finger between the door, or a headache, or an asthma attack, or a menstrual cramp. That's what is in that Additional Techniques course. I'm not going to talk about that now. I want to focus on the emotions. So on the bottom here you see emotions like panic, rage, or intense sadness. That's what many people will encounter when lots of information will come to the surface. Then at that moment you can start doing the first aid, because with emotions all you need to do is this: MIR method, MIR method, MIR method, MIR method. So when people are really panicking, when you are really panicking, you can start doing this: MIR method, MIR method, MIR method, MIR method. Then what happens is the panic will start to subside. It will start to be less. It won't go away totally at first, but it will get less so that you can get a grip on it again. Same goes with rage. When you're totally enraged and you go, "Rah!" That's when you do the MIR method. MIR method, MIR method, MIR method. You do it in an angry way, of course, because you're really mad. But then the total berserkness of the rage will go away and you will start to become a little bit more calm. When you do the MIR-Method First Aid to yourself, you will start to find out that the surrounding, the environment around you will start to harmonize as well. So when you are in a group of people that are enraged or in panic, and you start doing the MIR method, that works. So I was once in a full train and two people started to hit each other and two women tried to intervene. I started to do the MIR-Method First Aid. I was afraid, of course, but I also tried to harmonize the environment. That's when I did the MIR-Method First Aid, and that's how it helped. So I calmed myself down, and that helped other people to calm down as well, and the fighting stopped. And that's what I want you to understand, that this is very important to learn and to do when people start to be really in panic or to be enraged, or when they're really sad about what they hear or find out. All right, we're going to do the MIR method now, thinking about the betrayal and thinking about how we can calm ourselves and harmonize ourselves. And by doing this, we help each other. We help ourselves, but we also help other people around us. When we do the MIR method as a group, we have a strong feeling of connection. Just imagine that people that are watching this are everywhere on earth. Everywhere, every country. That's so fascinating. When we do the MIR method as a group, it has a stronger effect, which is wonderful. And it also has a larger effect on the surrounding people. And I know this because of the work of Lynn McTaggart. I like to honor her for her wonderful scientific work. We're going to do the MIR method now. I want you to caress yourself really gently now, calmly, gently, thinking about what a wonderful person you are and how sweet you are and good. And just understand that you are most important of all. So take good care of yourself, and other people will benefit from that. All right, we're going to start to do it now with step 1. Optimize acidity. Optimize acidity. Optimize acidity. Detox all toxicity. Detox all toxicity. Detox all toxicity. Detach Father. Detach Father. Detach Father. Detach Mother. Detach Mother. Detach Mother. Clear meridians. Clear meridians. Clear meridians. Supplement all shortages. Supplement all shortages. Supplement all shortages. Balance hormone system. Balance hormone system. Balance hormone system. Fulfill basic needs. Fulfill basic needs. Fulfill basic needs. Optimize chakras and aura. Optimize chakras and aura. Optimize chakras and aura. Clarify mission. Clarify mission. Clarify mission. It's wonderful. This works even if you are doing this at another moment in time. So when you don't watch it now live, but on a later moment, it still works. Great, isn't it? All right. Next webinar I'm not going to announce yet because I'm going to do some video taking. I'm going to make subtitles on videos that have already been published so that people that speak English can see them. And that means that I'm not going to do live webinars for a while. And meanwhile, if you'd like, you could look at the additional techniques course, which has the first aid technique in it, or the deep understanding of the MIR method. If you'd like, please leave a comment on the website, because I really would like to know what it felt like for you to do the 9 steps. Did you feel anything? Did you feel inspired by the webinar? Did it touch you in any way for your life? Just let me know, please. That's nice. Nice, that sounds like an English accent. Well, it's quite nice. Don't know where it's from. All right. I hope you have a great night if you're going to sleep now, or I hope you have a great day if you're going to have a wonderful day ahead. And I wish you much good. I hope you will benefit from the MIR method and that you will have a wonderful week ahead of you. Okay, take care, take good care of yourself, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye. Till then, bye-bye.